So I think I've come across the world's worst boyfriend, meaning his emotional IQ is literally in the toilet, and the fact that he even put his business out on the street like this makes me think, no more girlfriends. No, you can't have one. You're good. It's done. Hi everyone, this is the Focus Spender and welcome to my channel. On my channel, I teach you how to get out of debt, save more money, and invest so that you can build wealth and leave a lasting legacy. So the other day I was on Twitter and I came across this tweet and I was like, I have to share this because I cannot be the only one feeling like this dude is ridiculous. And how in the world could he just be so clueless? So I'll put it up on the screen, but I'm gonna just give you a summary. So this guy, he's 29 years old. He has a girlfriend and she's 28. He works in IT and he makes $150,000 a year. She works as a teacher and she makes $45,000 a year. So his parents invited them to go on vacation with his brother and his sister-in-law. Now, he says in the post that his parents are affluent, his brother and his sister-in-law make a lot of money. And as I said before, he makes $150,000 a year. So his parents tend to like to go on expensive vacations. They like to eat at fancy restaurants. And so him and his brother, they plan the itinerary where they're going to fancy restaurants. They're doing things like scuba diving and all types of fancy things. And in his relationship with his girlfriend, they always split things 50-50. Always split things 50-50. So of course, when it comes to this trip, she can't afford it. So what does she do? She gets a part-time job as a waitress to make money for this trip. Now, honestly, I don't want to say that's the first problem, but that's the first problem. Like in college, every so often, if I was going to go on a trip, mind you, I was 21, but like when I wanted to go to Miami, I would, pick up some extra hours. I would figure out a way to make an extra $300 so that I could go on this trip. The fact that she has a whole career and she has to take on a real second job to just go on vacation says a lot. Like maybe this is not going to be really feasible for her, but whatever. So now they go on this trip and at some point he notices and his parents notice that she only is eating 2 meals a day and she's not going on all the activities with them. And at some point, he even says to her, I think after they came back from the trip, I'm kind of worried that you have an eating disorder. You were only eating 2 meals a day. He's an idiot. So she basically says, I don't have an eating disorder. I just couldn't afford to eat out at the restaurants that you guys were going. And mind you, he thinks that she has an eating disorder because he hears her stomach growling and then her saying, oh, no, I'm not going to go out to dinner with you guys. Now, that is where I say emotional IQ. Like, why is it lacking? Your girlfriend, you hear her stomach growling and you say, oh, we're going to go out to eat. And she's like, oh, no, I'm good. Whatever. So basically from that conversation, she basically says, you know what? This is not going to work out. This relationship is not going to work out because, if I'm expected to go on all these fancy vacations with you guys once a year and I have to do all this extra stuff, I can't afford it and I'm overwhelmed. And he's like, oh, am I a-hole for not picking up on this sooner or what? His whole thing is that they always agree to split everything 50-50 and he doesn't know why she agreed to come if she couldn't afford it. Who raised this guy? No, I want to talk to his mother and his father because if you're treating your girlfriend like this, then you definitely treat your friends the exact same way. I'm not one person to just throw out money like here, money. But if I'm going to go on a trip with a friend, a family member, my husband, my boyfriend, whomever, and they don't have money to do the things that I want to do, well, these are the things that I want to do that they don't want to do because it's too expensive. I think at that point, it's kind of my responsibility to pitch in for something. Like if you are planning a trip with your girlfriend who makes $45,000 and you make $150,000, does she really need to go out and get a second job just to come on this vacation with you? Can you pick up a meal or two? Maybe she wants to feel like she's paying her way and she doesn't want to rely on you. Fine. So she pays for some and then you pay for the rest. Like, I feel like if his parents, if his mother, his father really knew what happened, they would be upset. And if they weren't, I'd be upset for them because he's an idiot. But that all leads me to the topic of splitting expenses 50-50 with your partner. How you should go about that. I know there's some, school of thought where the man pays for everything. And there's so many videos, so many, and one day maybe I'll talk about it. There's so many videos where guys are like, if you can't afford to pay for everything, or if your girl is paying for anything, you're not a real man. I don't believe that. I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't believe that at all. Splitting 50-50, it's cool. It's cool when your salaries are similar. You don't even have to have the exact same salary. You make 90, they make 75. I think you can split 50-50 because that is not that huge of a disparity. When you make 45 and the other person makes 150,000, there is no reason to split 50-50. There is no reason. Especially, I don't know about this couple. Maybe they're not living together and it's like they're just splitting 50-50 on going out to dinner. So they're not really spending that much money. But the fact that you're going on basically a luxury vacation where you're going scuba diving. I've never been scuba diving. I'm assuming it's expensive. The fact that you're going on a luxury vacation means that you have to think about this a little bit more. Maybe before the vacation, you sit down and say, well, how much money did you even save for this vacation? How much did you gather up? They tell you how much? Okay, now, I will chip in the rest. Because that's what a normal person does. I mean, I'm not trying to really bash on this guy, but I'm really trying to bash on this guy because none of this makes any sense to me. And I'm like, you know what? You're not an a-hole. You're an idiot. You're just an idiot. And you don't deserve any more girlfriends until you can understand how to treat a person, in a relationship, or just a person in general. Seriously? Okay, that's it. I just wanted to share that. I will see if I can find the link to the actual tweet. The post came from Reddit, and so I know there's a gazillion comments on Reddit, but I don't have Reddit, so I had to find this on Twitter. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks, bye-bye.